Hello students. Today we are going to start the third point, that is 1.3. Yesterday we have already discussed, that is 1.2, regarding inputs for the learning teaching system, that already we have discussed. And today we are going to study that further point, that is 1.3, which is already displayed in front of you people. That is 1.3, learning, evaluation and feedback. Learning, evaluation and feedback. So today we are going to study evaluation and feedback. So let us discuss one by one. Let's begin. What is evaluation? As we know that evaluation is a broader term than test. It includes all types of examinations in it. Its purpose is not only to check the knowledge of the learner, but all the aspects of the learner. Means here evaluation is nothing but it is a process of judging the value of a particular person or the learner. In educational system, we can say that we are going to judge our learner. So on the basis of that only we are going to assign them grades. So that is, evaluation is the most important term in the educational system. And for your more clear understanding, here I have given the two definition also. When they'll ask about any question regarding the evaluation, you must write the definition which is given by different authors. Here I have mentioned some definitions. According to Hanna, the process of gathering and interpreted evidence changes in the behavior of all students as they progress through school is called evaluation. And another one is Goods define. Evaluation is a process of judging the value or something by certain appraisals. So here I already have told you that evaluation is nothing but it is a one kind of judging system where we are going to judge our learners. So that is what here evaluation or assessment. Evaluation is also called as assessment, and this refers to the that evaluation of something or evaluation of the learners in the educational system. When it comes to learning, students are assessed by the educational institution, or the students are going to assessed by the teachers. So that is what the educational institution, to analyze their learning graph, means how they are going to judge their students learning graph, whether they are moving up or they are going down. That is what the learning graph, their understanding level and their progress. On the basis of that, they are going to assign them a grade. So that is what the evaluation. So this will also help in planning further study material. So this, you can say that evaluation will help you for the further action or for the further course. That is what the evaluation is most important in the field of educational system. Now, moving towards the next point, that is characteristics of evaluation in education. Continuous process. As the name suggests, evaluation process is a continuous process throughout the year. Means throughout the full section, this evaluation process is going to be continued. And the second one is comprehensive. Comprehensive means here dealing with all the aspects of the learner. Comprehensive is nothing but dealing with all the aspects of the learner. Means here we are going to evaluate all the aspects of our learner, including curricular and the co-curricular activities. We are going to evaluate the learner. Child-centered means evaluation is a child-centered, means here the teacher is going to evaluate the students. Not the, here the students are not going to evaluate the teacher, but this here evaluation is child-centered, means here the way we teacher are going to evaluate our students. So that is what here the child-centered. Then remedial. Evaluation comments on the result which helps in remedial work. It is not a remedial evaluation, is remedial in nature. If suppose once we got the evaluation result, then definitely if the result is good, it's well and good. Otherwise, if it is not good or as per your expectation, then definitely the other remedial works are going to be start by the teacher. The next characteristics of a evaluation is cooperative process. Here, cooperation is required in the evaluation process. Here, the cooperation from the students itself and from the teachers, parents, and the peer group. Peer group means same age mates or the classmates or your friends. So here, the cooperation should be there among the students, teachers, parents, and the peer groups. So that is what the cooperative process. Evaluation is a cooperative process. Teaching methods. Effectiveness of teaching methods is evaluation. Means here, teacher, they should use the very attractive teaching effective methods. By this, we can evaluate the students and we will get what you can say, we'll get a very nice outcome from that teaching methods technology. The next one is common practice. Evaluation is a common practice among the proper growth of child mentally and physically. Already we have discussed in the above para that comprehensive means here we are going to judge our students or the learner comprehensively. Means here we are going to judge our students or the evaluate the students, all the aspects of our students teaching. So that is what the common practice. Multiple aspect, it is concerned with the total personality of students. Here we are not only evaluate our students in their education, in their education or in their teaching. No, how they are in teaching, how they are in writing. No, we are going to evaluate our learners overall personality. We are going to evaluate. That is what here we are going to evaluate the development of personality. Means here total personality of the students we are going to evaluate. That is what the multiple aspects. So this is about the characteristics of society. The next point which we are going to study is types of evaluation. The next point is types of evaluation. Here there are the three types of evaluation. The most important types are in this. They are the two important types actually, but they have added one more in this. So now they have made it three. Number one is CCE, that is continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Continuous and comprehensive evaluation means you don't write CCE in the exam. If the question comes, you have to write full form of that CCE, that is continuous and comprehensive evaluation. That is the number one type of evaluation. And the second point of evaluation is type of evaluation is formative evaluation, and the third type is nothing but the summative evaluation. So we'll discuss one by one what is the first point and what is the second and what is the third point. The first point is continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Before studying these two concepts, that is continuous and comprehensive of the evaluation, we have to see a brief history regarding this concept. That is how, who have introduced this concept. So that is what we have to study. So this CCE, that is continuous and comprehensive evaluation, was a process of assessment mandated by the Right of Education Act of India in 2009. And this approach to assessment was, first, it was introduced by state government in India. First, this approach was, or this system was introduced by our state government in India as well as by the Central Board of Secondary Education in India. So this concept, first it was introduced by state government as well as the Central Board of Secondary Education in our India. And when they have introduced this there in India, it is only for the students who belongs to the who are there in the 6th standard, 6th to 9th grade. This is only implemented for the 6th to 9th grade students, and in some schools it is implemented in the to the 12th standard also. From this this is what the in India I'm talking. But moving towards the Karnataka government, the Karnataka government introduced CCE only for the grades 1 through the 9. From 1 standard to 9th standard, it was introduced in our Karnataka government. Later, it was also introduced for the 12th grade students also. So this is about the brief history regarding this continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Now we'll discuss what is continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Now, as the name suggests, continuous evaluation, it refers to the continuation of evaluation, means continuation, continuity and the regularity of assessment during the whole session or throughout the academic year. We have to judge or we have to evaluate our learner. And the second point is comprehensive evaluation. Here I have shown this comprehensive evaluation. It refers to the area of assessment which includes both. Here comprehensive evaluation, already I have cleared that comprehensive evaluation is nothing but it deals with all the aspects of the learner. Means here it refers to the area of assessment which includes both. Two areas are here we have given, that is scholastic and co-scholastic aspects. Means here comprehensive evaluation in the two aspects, one is scholastic and co-scholastic aspect. Now the question arises, what is scholastic and co-scholastic aspect? First one, scholastic aspect, it includes curricular area or only the subject specific area. Means here only your subject matter where we are going to judge on the means regarding your subject matter, a teacher is going to learn their learners. So that is what the scholastic aspect, which is related to the school or which is related only to the classroom. Then co-scholastic aspect includes life skill, co-curricular activities, attitudes and values. Here this will include all the aspects of the learner, that is what life skills, co-curricular activities and their attitudes and their values. That also we are going to evaluate. That is what the comprehensive evaluation, that is what the overall evaluation of the pupil. Now the main aim of CCE was just to evaluate every aspect of the child. That is what the comprehensive evaluation. During their presence at the school, when the students are there in the school, that time only we have to evaluate the students. And this was believed to help reduce the pressure on the child or before examination, as the students will have to sit for the multiple tests throughout the year. Means here in the main aim of CC is what, here the students are going to give multiple tests or the multiple exams they are going to give in a throughout the 1 year. So that is what here the pressure of the exam, they are going to reduce the pressure of the exam on the child. They are going to reduce the pressure on the child. The next one is second type of evaluation is formative evaluation. Second type of evaluation is formative evaluation. Formative assessment occurs regularly throughout a unit, chapter or term to help track not only how students learning is improving but how your teaching can too. Means here formative evaluation is nothing but it is a ongoing process, you can say. If you, when we are teaching something to the students, in between we are going to ask the students, we are going to ask some questions to the students. That is nothing but the formative evaluation. Means in between you are, when you are delivering a lecture, in between only you are going to ask the questions and the teach and this you will be getting the responses from the students. Or else after finishing, after completing one unit or after completing one chapter, you will be conducting one test on that particular chapter. Only the questions will whatever the questions you people are giving for the test, that only the from the first chapter, because you have completed the first chapter. So from the first chapter only you are asking the questions to the students. So that is nothing but the formative evaluation. Means here this is the ongoing process. It helps students to identify their strength and weakness and target areas that need to work. And suppose if one unit is got over and you people are taking exams or you people are conducting a test on that particular unit, and after completing After completing the exams or after finishing their exams, the students will get the results from the teacher. Then they'll get to know that where they have stand. Yes, is there any need to improve, or whatever the result are there, they will check it out. So that is what the here, and on the basis of the result which is given by the teacher, they will work on it. Then this third type, that is summative evaluation. That is the third type is summative evaluation. Means here the second type which we have studied just now, that is formative evaluation. Means in between only we are going to evaluate the learner. Means while we are in the process of teaching learning process only, we are going to evaluate the students. But in the summative evaluation is the summative evaluation which are used to evaluate students' learning progress and achievements at the conclusion of a specific instructional period. Means here, once the instructional period is got over, means once once you have completed your year, or once you have completed your semester, then at the final you are going to conduct at the final you are going to conduct some exams. That is nothing but the summative evaluation. Here are some examples I have given for the summative evaluation, that is a midterm exam also. Or if suppose if you have finished one chapter also, then also there also you can conduct one test. That is also called as a summative evaluation, because already you have completed one chapter. Okay, one chapter, full one chapter you have completed and you have conducted one test, then that is also called summative evaluation. And midterm exam means here the at least 4 months, means in school, as per school, this I'm telling, in like 6 months or the 4 months 4 month syllabus they are going to cover in the midterm exam. So that is what the that also come under the summative evaluation. A final project, that is what the final exam means. The whole year questions will come in that, like finishing of the full subject here, not only the chapter, not only the units. Means a teacher has to finish full paper only. So that is what a final paper or final exam you can say. End of unit or chapter test, as I have told you. And achievement test and the standardized test, means teacher they are going to conduct some achievement test, and they will conduct some standardized test. So on the basis of that also we are going to evaluate the students. So that is what the summative evaluation means. Formative evaluation means here that process will continue up to the end. It will start with the teaching and it will end with the final exam. That is the formative evaluation. And summative evaluation, it's depend on the teacher. She can take at a midterm in the middle of the year, or the quarterly, monthly. It's depend on the teacher how they are going to conduct the exams. So that is what the summative evaluation. Now the next point is the difference between formative assessment and summative assessment. The difference between formative assessment and summative assessment. They may ask you the question in your exam, explain the difference between formative assessment as well as summative assessment. So here I have made the 3 columns. Here I have prepared the 3 columns. First column, it consists basis for comparison, means the points which we are going to compare. The basis for comparison, that is nothing but the points which we are going to compare in this. And the second point is formative assessment and summative assessment. These here we have to differentiate these things. The first point which we are going to study in this, that is the meaning of formative assessment and summative assessment, which already we have explained. Formative assessments means this has to be started in the beginning itself, and this is ongoing process. And summative assessment is defined as a standard for evaluating learning of the students, means at the end or at the conclusion of the instructional objectives we are going to conduct the summative evaluation. Nature, here we are going to diagnose the students, means here this is the ongoing process. Formative assessment, yes, means here we are going to diagnose whether in your class number of these students are there, like those who are average, below average, and above average. How you are going to diagnose them? How you came to know that yes, so many students are below average and so many students are above average and so many students are average students? How you will come to know that? With the diagnosis, yes or no? With the evaluation, means you will conduct some test, you will conduct some exams, and then you will diagnose the result and you will evaluate the result, and those who are scored less, you'll be considered as the average student. Those who are scored more, you'll be considered as the above average students. Those who are failed, they will be considered as below average. So that is here in the ongoing process, in the formative assessment, you are going to diagnose your students, means how many students are there in a particular this chapter, particular test, and how many of them have scored more, how many of them scored less. So that all you will diagnose. And in the summative evaluation, evaluative, that is means here you are going to assign the grades, means after your final exam you will be getting your percentage, you will be getting your grade A plus, B plus, 70%, 80%. So that is on the basis of summative assessment only you will be getting these kind of results. What is it? It is an assessment for learning. Formative assessment is, it is a assessment for learning, means here evaluation for learning, means here we are going to evaluating the students for the better learning. And here also the same point, in the second point, that is summative assessment, it is an assessment of learning, means here also we are evaluating the students for the learning purpose. Frequency means how we are going to conduct the evaluation. That is formative assessment, monthly or quarterly. As I've told you, some teachers, they may conduct in a month wise they can conduct, even some teachers can conduct quarterly. It's depends. In for our PUC students, we are going to conduct quarterly test, first quarterly test, second quarterly test, and midterm exam, preparatory exam. So these are regular, means often and often we are going to conduct the exams to the students. So that is what the formative assessment. Here summative assessment means term end, means here just now you have finished your this first term or the first semester of B.Ed exam, B.Ed semester, first B.Ed semester you already have finished, and you are waiting for writing the exam. So that is after writing the exam you will be getting the result. That is what the summative evaluation. The next point in that, goal. What is the goal of the formative evaluation and summative evaluation? The main aim of formative evaluation is to monitor the student learning, means here the teacher are going to monitor the students, are they doing well or not, so that they can improve their teaching also, and how they'll get the idea how we are going to improve the students also. That is what they hear. They're always the teachers are going to monitor their students while delivering the lecture. And in summative evaluation is evaluate students learning. In summative evaluation is evaluate students learning, means at the final we are going to evaluate the students on the basis of their final exams. The next is point to be discussed, that is content areas. Evaluate little content areas in the formative section. I'm telling, evaluates little content areas, means here as I've told you that suppose now which chapter we are studying, which unit we are studying, first unit, isn't it? From the first unit, it consists many sub points. In that we have completed 1.1, 1.2, and the points which we are studying now, that is 1.3. So all 3 points already we have covered. Remaining 2 points are there which is not covered, but all 3 points we have covered. So here that is what little content we have covered, and on that little content only I am going to conduct the test. So whatever the result I am getting with the help of that test, that is nothing but the formative evaluation. Means here I am conducting a test on a very little content areas, that is only sub points. On the sub points I am going to conduct the test. That is what the little content area. And in summative evaluation, it evaluates full chapter or content, definitely. Means here In the summative evaluation, we are going to what you can say that we are going to ask the questions from the whole paper. Not, I'm not talking about the unit chapter. No, all chapters, whatever, how many chapters are there in your particular paper, that all chapters will come for the exams. That is what here, full paper will come for the evaluative system, evaluative in this summative evaluation. Purpose already I have told. Goal, monitor the students. Same here. The purpose is to improve the students learning. Here the main purpose of our teaching is what? To improve the students learning. And the summative evaluation, the main purpose of summative evaluation is to evaluate students achievement. Means here, as I have told you, that we will give you the grades, or we will give you the percentage after evaluating your papers. So that is what percentage we are giving you, and what this grades we are assigning you, that is nothing but your achievements. Monitor, what we are going to monitor in the formative evaluation, monitor the learning process, assigning the, in the summative, assigning the grades. We are going to monitor whether in the first, that is formative evaluation, whether the students are learning or not. And in evaluation, the summative evaluation, here we are going to provide the grades to the students on the basis of their result, on the basis of their papers. Here, for your clear understanding, I have prepared one picture here. Just see, so that you can say that it is one kind of teaching aid also. By this, you can remember the points very easily, and this will helpful for your exams also. So just see it carefully. The difference between formative and summative assessment. Whatever the points I have explained about, the same points here, but with the picture I'm showing you. So here they are the two colors first. Make it, let me clear the two things. They are the two colors, that is, one is blue and another one is red. Blue means, just keep in your mind girls, or else write it down, that note. Blue is for formative evaluation and red is for summative evaluation. Got the point? Blue is for formative evaluation and summative is red is for summative evaluation. Okay, now see here, formative assessments goal is to monitor students learning. Means here I am showing the picture here, learning. See, the learning graph is up down up down up. Means here the teachers are going to judge their students learning graph. That is what the formative assessment, ongoing process. And in the summative assessments, goal is to evaluate students learning at the end of instructional unit. Summative assessments goal is to evaluate students learning at the end of an instructional unit by comparing it against some standard or benchmark. Means here we are going to assess the students at the end of the term. And the next point in this is evaluation during the learning process. Evaluation during the learning process. So already I have told you that I have made it clear that blue is for formative and the red color is summative. Okay. Now blue, here evaluation during the learning process. Means here I already have told you, this is in evaluation. Formative evaluation is during the learning process, or during the teaching learning process only we are going to evaluate the students. Means here this is what the graph I have shown here, evaluation during the learning process. Okay, like this it is. Now evaluation after the course completion, means at the end of here blue signal is there, At the end of academic year, or at the end of the same, we are going to evaluate these students. And the next point is monitor the learning process. Means here in the formative evaluation, always teachers are going to monitor their learners. Always teachers are going to monitor their learners. And in the summative, here the teachers are going to assign the grades, A plus, B plus, 70%, 80%. Okay. So here the teachers are going to assign the grades. Now next is the purpose is to improve students' learning. Here the teacher main purpose is what? The main purpose of formative evaluation is what? To improve the students' learning. Okay, to improve the students' learning is the main purpose of the formative evaluation. And in the summative evaluation, which is in the red column, the purpose is to evaluate the students' achievements. Already I've discussed about these points, only I'm showing the picture here so that you can easily remember those points. The purpose is to evaluate the students' achievements. Means here the after getting the grades, you may be getting the some achievements. Achievements is nothing but the A plus, B plus, A plus, and A plus, excellent, and you can say that 80%, 90%. This is what your achievements. Okay. The next is evaluations include little content areas. Already I've told you that, which I have given my example only, that I have covered only 3 points from the first chapter. So if I'll be taking the test on these 3 points, so that is what the little content only I'm going to cover in the test. So that is what the evaluation include, little content areas. And in the summative evaluations, it includes complete chapters. It includes what? Complete chapters or content areas. Means here the whole chapter, or the full chapter, or full content, or else the full paper they are going to ask. So that is what the evaluation include, complete chapter, summative evaluation. And the next is formative evaluation considers evaluation as a process. So this is ongoing process. Formative evaluation is always ongoing process. Means here we will be evaluating the students, we will be judging the students, we will be getting the result. So after getting the result, again, if they are the what you can say, as I've told you, that average, below average, those who have scored more, those who have scored less. So it is the responsibility of the teacher again, how they are going to improve their teaching, as well as how they are going to improve the learner. So again they'll be, that cycle will be continuing. That is what the considered a evaluation as a process. And summative evaluation considered evaluation as a product. Means here at the end you will be getting one result, that yes, you have completed the B.Ed degree. Means after completing the fourth semester, at the end of fourth semester you will be getting your B.Ed degree. That is means here you will be what you can say, from the trainee teacher you will be getting a certificate of a teacher. So that is what here what you can say, that ready-made product. That is what the summative evaluation. And examples low point value and examples high point value. Here means here drawing a concept in the formative evaluation, which is in blue column, drawing a concept map to represent understanding of a topic, classroom polls, exit tickets, turning in research for early feedback, 1 minute paper. Means here we are going to what you can say, evaluate the students on very low point value. Means just while delivering a lecture only, I'm going to ask the questions, do this, do that, do this, do that, and give me the answer. So that is what here I am evaluating my students, I'm judging my students. Here examples of high point value, a midterm exam, or the end of the chapter, or the end of the unit, final project, or the final papers. So these are the examples of the high point value. So this is about the points whatever we have discussed regarding the evaluation. And the next point, in that only this will come, because above only I have mentioned that evaluation and feedback. So evaluation part is got over now. Now moving towards the feedback. See, evaluation means here the teacher are going to judge their learners. So that is what the evaluation. Feedback means what here? The feedback is the main important part of the educational system, because without this there is no education only. Yes, if you want to improve your educational system, or if you want to improve your teaching learning process, then definitely you have to follow this feedback. If you want to know where you are, that is what you have to follow, this feedback. So this is what the feedback is, nothing but here meaning of the feedback. Feedback is an essential part of education and training program. As I've told you that this is the main important point in the educational system. This is the term feedback refers to providing information to an individual about his behavior or performance in order to modify in the desired direction. Means here the feedback is nothing but it is the providing information to an individual. Means here providing information to a learner about his behavior, about his performance, about his achievements, about his grade, everything. So that is nothing but the feedback. And after getting that feedback, this will give the picture to the learner how they are going to improve themselves. This is what the feedback means. They will get, this learner will get the clear picture where they are. Okay, so they will get the picture so that they can improve in the next session. So that is what the feedback. And the information includes points of strength as well as the weakness relating to his performance. In the feedback, through the feedback only, they'll be getting they'll get to know that yes, where we, in which point we are weak, in which you can say that in which chapter we are weak, in which subject we are weak, so in which subject we need to improve. So that all information they will get through the feedback only, so that they can improve in the next exam, or they can improve for the second next session. The next, this is what the meaning of feedback. Then types of feedback, this is also the types of feedback are also related to the evaluation here, are also related to the types of evaluation. See here, don't don't be in a confusion. Types of feedback: informal feedback and formal feedback. So let's discuss one by one. Informal feedback means here it is not a systematic feedback. Means here we are giving general feedback to the students. We are not telling them you are weak in this corner, or you are weak in this point, you are weak in this subject or chapter. No, so all of a suddenly you people are meeting to the students, or you people are coming together, and you people are telling to the students, okay, you are weak in this, you just improve on it. That is what informal means, which is not planned, which is not all of a sudden which happens. That is nothing but the informal. And formal feedback is nothing but which is planned. Formal feedback is planned and it is systematically scheduled. Formal feedback is nothing but it is planned and systematically scheduled into the process. Means here the teachers are going to tell the students, yes, you are weak in this subject, you have scored very less in that, and you have committed mistakes. So these are your mistakes, you need to improve this, you have to improve this. So this is what here the teacher, they will come to the class, they will arrange one session for this feedback session. Then they will be telling to the students, yes, so many students will be sitting in the class, and the teacher, they are calling one by one, and they are rectifying their doubts, and they will be clearing their mistakes. So that is nothing but the formal feedback, which is planned and scheduled, and which is systematically scheduled into the process of education, teaching learning process. Next one is formative feedback. Formative feedback means, as I have discussed in the above types, that is the types of evaluation. That is the second point, is their formative evaluation. Means in between only we are going to evaluate the students. So here also formative feedback means the same thing. In between only you are going to monitor your students, and the students are also monitoring themselves. So that is the goal of formative assessment, is to monitor students' learning to provide ongoing feedback. So here the teachers are going to monitor the students to provide ongoing feedback that can be used by the instructors to improve their teaching and by students to improve the learning. Here the teachers as well as the students both are getting the benefits. Means here if the any mistakes are there in your teaching, then definitely you will be improving your teaching. And is there any mistake among the learners, then they'll be improving their learning session. So that is what here formative feedback. While learning only, while teaching only, you'll be getting your feedback and you will be improving your teaching learning process. Summative feedback means, as I already told you, that summative evaluation at the end of the term or at the end of the semester or at the end of the chapter. Same year also, at the end of the year or at the end of the semester or at the end of the chapter or at the end of the unit, you will be getting the feedback. Here, the goal of summative assessment is to evaluate students' learning at the end of an instructional unit by comparing it against some standard or benchmark. Therefore, summative feedback consists of detailed comments that are related to specific aspects of their work. The next type of feedback is student peer feedback. Student peer feedback. Student peer feedback means the same age mate or the you can say that the students friends. Here there is no longer need for teachers to be the only experts within a course. Here only the teachers are not going to give a feedback. With the basic instruction and ongoing support, students can learn to give quality feedback. Here the students are also learn how to give a quality feedback. Means here the students are going to give a feedback regarding the teacher, regarding the teaching learning method, so that all feedback they'll be giving, which is highly valued by the peers. The next is student self-feedback. Means here the learners are going to evaluate or are going to what you can say going to give the feedback themselves only. Here it is ultimate goal of feedback for the learning. During the provision of feedback, teachers have the opportunity not only to provide direction for the students but to teach them through explicit modeling and instruction the skills of self-assessment and goal setting, leading them to become more independent. Means here the teacher are going to suggest the students how they are going to improve themselves. Here, self-feedback teach students how to use feedback to determine next steps and set goals and allow time for self-feedback reflection. Means here, if we'll do self-feedback, definitely this will give you, or this will open the next path to go. So that is what self-feedback is very important. Student self-feedback is very important. Now, ways to provide feedback means here there are the many ways to provide the feedback. So that also we have to take it into the consideration, because we cannot give feedback in any kind of manner. No, there are some manners, there are some way from where we can give the feedback, because there should not be a negative this negative point. So this is what the ways to provide feedback. Number one is be as specific as possible. Means while providing or while giving the feedback, the importance of supplying the learners with specific information about what they are doing right or wrong. Means here, without wasting your time, you have to give the feedback that are they going good or not, the students are doing good thing or bad, if they are doing wrong, where they are doing wrong, and if they are doing good, where they are doing good things. So that also you have to tell clearly, specific. Okay. And the next one is second point, the sooner the better. Means here, as I've told you, that don't waste the time. As early as possible you have to give the feedback. because when after completing the class, after finishing the class, it is the duty or it is the responsibility of the teacher to collect the feedback from the students or to give the feedback to the students. So within that class only the fresh responses you'll be getting, and it will be remember to the students as well as to the teacher. So that is what numerous study indicates, that feedback is most effective when it is given immediately. If the you'll be getting immediate feedback, then definitely it will be well, and it will be good, rather than a few days, weeks or months down the line. So within a time or within a short period only we have to give the feedback. Third point, address the learner's advancement towards a goal. Means here we have to what you can say, the effective feedback is most often oriented around a specific achievement that students are working towards. Means here we have to give the feedback towards the goal oriented. Means what is their goal? To achieve a success in the final exam. So we have to give the feedback on that, on the basis of that only, that they are having the main aim or the main objective is that goal oriented. So here it is the responsibility of a teacher to uh, tell them, or to what you can say, to evaluate on the basis of that only. That is what the goal oriented feedback. And it should be clear to the students how the information they are receiving will help them progress toward their final goal. Means here it is here it has to be clear by the teacher that whatever the students are getting the what you can say, information from the teachers, is it worthful, or is it working or not. So that all you have to collect the information from the students. And the last one is present feedback carefully. Means while providing the feedback or while giving the feedback, you have to give feedback very carefully. That means after giving the feedback, the student should not get hurt. So that also you have to keep in your mind, because you should if the feedback is negative or feedback is positive, you have to give in a very polite manner and you have to give in a very careful manner, so that the student should not hurt. So that is what the way means. You give whatever feedback from your side, whether the positive or negative, but it should be in what you can say, it should, you have to motivate the students. You have to motivate the student while giving the feedback. Also you have to motivate the students, that you have to keep in your mind. So that is what the way feedback is presented can have an impact on how it is received, which means that sometimes even the most well-meaning feedback can come across the wrong way and reduce a learner's motivation. So it's depend upon you people how you are going to interact with the learners. So how you are going to give a feedback to the learners, very carefully you have to provide, very carefully you have to give your feedback to the students. And this is about, so thank you, this is about our 1.1 this point, that is evaluation and feedback. So from the first chapter we have completed the 3 points, 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3. 1.1 that already I have posted one video, that is system approach, and the second 1.2 which is already I have uploaded on Telegram, that is inputs learning material. And this is what the third video which I'm going to upload tomorrow, that is evaluation and feedback. And the 1.4 we are going to study afterwards, okay, that I'll let you know. And this video I'll be yes, I'll be sending on the Telegram, okay. If you have any queries, any questions regarding this, you can contact me, okay. Thank you once again.